Hey, what's going on? Back with another one, back with another one. Man, listen, last night was wild. Shouts out to oh boy, No Cap, man, he had a wild stream talking about cyber, man. That's crazy. But I ain't gonna get into it. I saw a little bit of it. I said, man, that's just wild. RBR, we already know he's a damn fool, you know, with bozo men and things like that nature. So it's pretty much what I see is what I get. But and that's just what I've been seeing lately. So again, it's just up to us to see what's going on. But yeah, man, like, and I saw his recent talking about the why YouTube promotes those channels more than similar channels like mine. I try to tell you, everybody's clout chasing. They're doing it right now. Like, you see this new rule, it's in full effect. But you got to understand, this is the type of stuff we're talking about. And you got to know that this stuff is just inevitable. You can't expect people to be on here. You can't expect people to be on here. So again, that's how it's gonna be. I'm pretty much, like I'm saying, like, over and over again, but a lot of people just get caught up in the moment. But when you look at things like that, I got some things paused, but about to go out later probably, just looking at it around. But Sunday's gonna be wild. I know the games will be on football, but they said, why you ain't live streaming Sunday Madness? It's in February. I put the what you call it, the schedule down on the 5th of next month. And I'll be full force, and we're going to talk about a lot of stuff that's going to change in the future and what you're seeing, the direction of this type of content. But he did a stream like months ago talking about the things what's going on YouTube and whatever and whatnot, going against the grain, cancel culture. Yeah, shouts out to my boy Absalom. But yeah, I'm gonna look at my history logs for a minute. He says something. He said that Andrew Tate and all that. Okay. He said YouTube appreciates dummies and the weirdos, and on its site free. Okay, when he mentioned that, that's a good stream that he did. I know it was like 5 months or in the summer. It's pretty what he's trying to say. I kind of agree what he was saying. Why they promote that? Well, you have to understand it's propaganda, and it's also it's designed like that. The dummies do get hit. He mentioned Beasley. Yeah, Beasley is dead. I'm gonna say it right here first. Yes, Beasley is dead. If you disagree, um, go off yourself. I'm gonna say it like that. I ain't gonna say the other words. I would go say go kill yourself, but I'm gonna say go off yourself instead. But I ain't got time for that. If y'all nut ride Beasley, that's fine. But Beasley was, he's trash. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Fuck Beasley. That's all I'm gonna say. I didn't like what he did. He lied about who he was when we thought he was a brother, but no, he's just some weirdo looking like Michael Myers in the face. Man, I used to roast him over at Cootis. We all used to roast him what he looked like, and then I was trying to tell Cootis, yeah, that's him. He shouldn't have cammed up. We cooked that nigga, and he got some final way about that. Ain't nobody studying Beasley, man. Beasley is what he was. I don't care what nobody said. Beasley was cool. No, he wasn't. He was a clown. He started shit, and then people still talk shit to him when he died. He got what he got, and he got what he deserved. F out of here. But anyways, like I was saying, what he was saying about those weirdos and these dummies, well, they exist on the internet. You always gonna have them. Look at Reddit. Look at Reddit. Look at all these sorry apps that you see. They're always gonna be here. That's the internet. I mean, these companies has been trashed for years and years, and they're gonna tell you something great. The fuck out of here. You can't trust a sorry ass company ain't about shit. They ain't about shit, and they're never gonna be shit. They're the type of company that you'll look at and you be like, what the hell is going on? You know? But that's the thing about these companies. They preach one thing and say another. They go around and expect people to just be around, and then there you are. You know what I mean? But that's the thing about companies like that. They make all these rules, and it's private. It's free for public and then private. For all the rules and regulations. And even if you work for them, I'm gonna say this: if you work for them and monetize, you can't say all this profane language. Like I told you on the last recording yesterday, you got to double down, and they try and tell the ones that make money off this. That's on y'all. Everybody else said don't. They just leaving and moving past. They don't really care for this shit. They just use this as a tool or whatever. I use it as a hobby. I say a lot of stuff. I try not to say a whole lot of foul stuff and crazy stuff, but it ain't for the kids. This is for real situations, what's going on and what's going on around the world. So yes, I am speaking to the audience that's a little more mature to understand that this stuff is happening. But when you see streams that are ridiculous and acting all dumb and all this other nonsense, and they ain't talk about no substance, and shouts out to him again. And I saw his little stream, and one of his older streams and his current one last night was hilarious. He's right, and it's the reason they're not marketable, and the reason why we're not marketable. Advertisers is the third thing that keeping Google and YouTube afloat. When you get Google, I call them Google advertisers. I don't call them advertisers like regular. No, those are Google ads. Google loves advertisement. But to be honest with you, all advertising ain't good advertising. Most people don't like that shit, man. They don't like that when you have cable TV. They get rid of some advertising and they go out of business. They don't last on. They don't make no money. If you're an advertiser, you're not really making money. The people that make those money on ads are suckers that's in power, man. That's only for them. Nobody watches that garbage. And they mislead people. They get sued too. All right. The judicial controls them at bay. So forget about them. You know what I mean? No one cares about no damn advertisers. But I get what you're saying. Yeah, but if you care about ads, you're a loser. You done sold out and they don't give a fuck about you anyway. But that's how they do. But that's the internet. So they're going to make sure you're not going to come in and just act crazy. But it's pretty much the same as always have been. So you got to be careful. These dudes that be doing streams and marathons, they're just doing it for numbers and things like that. And I respect that. Shouts to the ones that are getting the numbers and things like that. So it's pretty much you're just saying, how can we do it? Well, importantly, you see what's going on with certain about the right wing stuff. And he said the racial stuff and all that stuff, the slurs and all that. That's what they're really after. I don't think they're after the profane language. They just use that as a cover. But in reality, they just want to control the speech of everybody else. But the right wing propaganda, fascist behavior, I'm going to add to what he said in that video like 5 months ago, I believe I saw it. And that was a good video. He talking about that Anna Rose. She's a whole troll, man, and a prostitute and a whore. She's a whore. A harlot. In scriptures, we would say harlot. What you see with the fascistic behavior, that's common in the Roman Empire a long time ago. And the church, what you got now. Mix of all other three monotheistic religions, they're all behind it in the Masonic order. So if you say anything about them, they're going to get you off here. But that's a whole nother story. Now, I noticed you had that troll, what's his name? Oh boy, he called himself Cage. Be careful of him, man. He's a troll. He's probably one of those guys, if no cap, if you're listening or whatever or not, be careful with dude. He's a troll. I had him on my stream a few times. He messed my streams up like 2 years ago. He was looking for cover. He's one of those dudes be following the wrong type of streams, and he tries to hijack the conversation. Like I don't mess with dudes like that. But shouts out to you though. You're a good content creator. I know you've been growing, but hey, I know you've been on YouTube before because it sounds like you've been here a while, man. When you cook Randy, man, I started dying, man. Like, man, that's crazy. I know everybody don't like oh boy, but and everything else, but it is what it is. I mean, he lives for that. But you have a place on YouTube, yeah. But I ain't trying to do it for entertainment. Last time, and I don't speak to anybody or my subscribers. Last time I did that shit, man, that was back in, I would say about when I started YouTube on my other channel, 2007 from, well, actually 2012, but I actually stopped in 2010. And I did that from 07 to 2010, and then 2011 I changed and started doing this. Should have did it on my main channel. I paid for it the next year and then got this channel, and then this blew up in time. So there you have it. Like, yeah, they're going to pick and choose who they want to get off this, MF, but, motherfucker, whatever. But that's just what it is. But that's the whole point why YouTube is the way it is. And like I said, this is Armageddon out here. We're in Armageddon time. We seeing people going to war. You got anarchists trying to rise up. You see all types of stuff. But the fascist or fascistic movements you see today is pretty much what you're seeing right now. Because a lot of people get caught up on the nonsense and they just expect people to do more and do things like that. But the men are checking out, like Sarge said, like in his recent Manopocalypse or something like that. He had something like I have it in the community tab. Let me go find this shit. Let me go find this shit. Y'all can go listen to his video. But Sarge, he's been on that. We've been on this stuff for years. Even Elder Young, we was talking about prophecies and scriptures and things like that. I know you probably don't believe, but that's cool. But I'm just reaching out for a suggestion. But it's pretty cool, you know. You can feel whatever you want to feel. But all I'm saying is I'm just recording for this month, but next month you're gonna see me streaming, and then I'm gonna record on Wednesday every Wednesday, and I'll drop it. You know, I'll record on Tuesday, but if it's a subject, I'll drop it on a Wednesday. That's all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let y'all know. I'm gonna drop it. The Manocalypse 2023. When he was saying that, that's a good stream, and it's just pretty much what you have. So yeah, men are checking out, bro. Like when he said that, you know, it's salute. But you know, I'm just looking at stuff right now. But yeah, that's a good one. And they said she's an agent, just Pearly and all that. Yeah, yeah. She shouts out to Ty City. Yeah, it's some truth to that. On typist, and I say, yeah, and I say, yep. Yeah, I respond, oh boy. Shouts out to Absalom. You know, he's cool. A lot of people give him hell about what he said about these dudes in these certain spaces. Well, everybody's against it. You're going to see a little uprising in a lot of things, but you got to understand this is how the world works. YouTube is known for that. They known for historical nonsense. Like this is what they do. Like they're trying to look out for themselves. It's competitive, man. Like you know, they trying to do this and that. Yeah, my stream Sunday Madness, the 53rd edition, will be back February, and then I'll have a cutoff in the spring. I will do it early winter, March. We'll see how the numbers going to be. And then the 60th edition, we're going to end it probably in March. We'll see. Because we got 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59. When it hits the 60, we're going to stop right there. So, like I said, Thursday Thrills will still continue. Early part of March, and then we're going to cut it. And I'm just going to record the rest of the way. And I have to pick a stream that's going to be during the day because I don't know what the months are going to be like the rest of the way. I don't know what the spring is going to be like because the spring is very different. It's very different for me. It's a different world. Everybody's worrying about inflation is going to take this out, and then what Sarge was saying, inflation ain't the issue. Inflation is not the issue. They try to say it's out here. It's a drop. No, inflation's not even. When people worry about inflation, they don't know shit about the economy. It's about saving your money, man. That's why I'm not buying a whole lot of stuff. If you notice, I'm cutting back on a lot of things. That's what I did last year. I did that. I bought all the gear and all the other stuff that I need. Last year I did that. This year I'm gonna minimize and focus on what I have. They said the digital is the new age. No, it's not. That's just part of TV. It's not true. It's not. It's not valuable. The internet can die one day. The internet, there could be two internets. This internet's trash, and they'll give us this sorry shit right here. But everything else is just be a bunch of BS. But like I said, this stuff will continue, man. Like y'all gotta understand the world is different than it once was what we seen. So y'all reaching for stuff that don't matter. I don't care about the stuff that people care about. You know, y'all can talk about frivolous stuff and relationship content. That's BS content. And nobody's gonna listen to that for hours and hours and expect people to like it. That's how I get down. I know people gonna disagree with that. They can do whatever. They can disagree whatever. They're emotional ass niggas on here, emotional ass, sorry ass people on here. You get tired of that shit after a while. That shit gets old. Shit gets obsoleted. But when you get to a certain level on this internet, you already know it's been over. It's long overdue. It's like time wasting. Yeah, they taking views and everything else because they don't care for you like that. That's the whole point. That's the whole point of looking at how it's gonna work. See, the next month I'm gonna talk about some real stuff. I'm just gonna go in. It's gonna raw. Sunday Madness is gonna kick off, and then we have the Independent Thinking series. Now, I still will do the Independent Thinking series in the spring. I still will do that. It's every other Tuesday. And that will be the thing. Because once you do an independent thinking series, you pretty much set yourself in the moment. But that's the thing about me being an independent thinking series. I understand you have to think outside the box, but it's pretty much the same as all over. You know what I mean? But that's how people just get caught up in that, not asking what's going to happen, what's going on. So, because in 2023, it's just going to be those wild years. But what you're seeing right now, what he's saying about they pay content creators like that. Well, you always have trash content. You see it everywhere. You see it on Instagram, Twitter, and they promote the guys like the PewDiePies of the world. Marquise Brownlee is a black standard in tech. That's it. Now everybody's gonna be in tech. Nobody's not gonna fuck with tech. They ain't gonna mess with tech like that. They get views, but do they get a lot of views? No, they do not. They get less views. Why? It's because YouTube is saturated with bullshit. And you can't trust what they say. If you copyright a song or anything related to copyright, you that's how they get rid of you. If they can't get rid of you, they get rid of you based off copyright. I've been in that position before. They got me rid of for so-called hate speech. That was years ago, but I ain't gonna get into that. That was just a takedown notice. And had a group of us when we was rising up in 2012, and like I said, 10 years. Well, actually, it's gonna be 11 years. It's 11 years ago now. It was 10 years last year, but it's gonna be 11 years this year. 11 years ago, they want us up out of here. Now, 10 years ago, 2013, after the next year came, that was 10 years ago. 10 years ago, in the second year of this channel, I was making content left and right, left and right, left and right. But it's gonna be pre-recorded content. It's not gonna be content you're gonna see. You're gonna see a lot of pre-records on my end from now on because live streaming ain't really the thing anymore. But in this month, it is. But in the summer, I'm just gonna go cold turkey. I'm just gonna go cold turkey, because I'm gonna do like I did last year, not drop no content at all. I might drop something at the end, or should I say the beginning of July? I may drop something in July or something like that. I don't know, because I might be busy around that month. But August, yes, I will drop some content in August. You know how it is. So again, it's pretty much the same, man. It's pretty much the same. That's the thing about people being on platforms. So he's right. Those panels are crazy. I did see the one with him cooking Randy and Cyber. They was roasting him, and that was a crazy panel. And then you had woke progressive. I know people clown him. That guy's a clown. He's a same sexual, but we ain't gonna get into him for that moment. We're just gonna leave that be. But yeah, that's all I got to talk about. But this is Sunday dailies, and I was speaking my mind what's going on, and it's similar to Sunday Madness. But I'm just saying this stuff will continue in the future because this is Armageddon out here. You know how people get. People so emotional, they get irrational on every little thing. So with that, until next time, to the next recording, of course, and may Yah bless in the name of the Most High. Shalom, and I'm out. Until next time, I'm out.